How is everyone doing today? For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Stephanie. I run a small business part-time through eBay and Poshmark. I call it Glorious Action. I started reselling again around March this year, but I initially started selling on eBay in 2017 around May. The story behind it was I seen this guy that lives in the city that I'm from, or live in. I'm not from the city, but Springfield. He was buying stuff from the Salvation Army and the Goodwill, and he would take pictures of the items he bought and put it on Instagram and tell people, to check out his page, that he has this stuff for sale. And I started to see how people was really vibing with his page and seeing how quick stuff was selling on his page, and I got really intrigued by it. And then also, I love sneakers. I love shoes. Like, I used to be extremely shoe crazy, but I used to look on Instagram and look at shoes to see what's hot, what's not, what's coming out, what shoes people got right now. And I saw this hashtag called Ross Finds, so I click it. And I see all these great shoes that people were finding at Ross, and I find out that they're selling them for a profit on eBay. So I had that aha moment, I think I can do something like that. And I go and tell somebody, I'm about to start selling on eBay, flipping shoes from Ross. And they said, that's crazy. You're not going to make enough money doing that. And so I'm like, whatever. I'm not going to listen to that person. And so how I started was I already had a lot of shoes that I did not wear at all. They were just sitting there collecting dust, so I started to list them on eBay. And before I know it, less than a week, I was generating sales off the old items that I had in my closet. And that really got me pumped, so I started going to the Goodwill out here in Springfield. At that time last year, they had a huge shoe selection, which they don't anymore. But back then, a lot of their shoes were $4, so I was able to get really nice name brand sneakers like Nike, Adidas, like current ones and Jordans for $4. And I was able to flip them, and I was doing pretty decent for part-time for the first 3 months that I did it last year. Only resold for 3 months, and I stopped because I got burnt out from it. So I was just trying to do way too much stuff at one time. And then it was just for a hobby, honestly. And I wasn't keeping track of my expenses. I wasn't keeping track of anything, nothing at all. It was I was in it for the thrill and the hobby of it, which could be another issue too, because that can get really sloppy if you do it like that. So this year, I created my own business strategy that I want to go by. I create a monthly budget for inventory until I increase my cash flow. So once my cash flow is good enough, I probably won't have a budget for inventory. But I have a budget for inventory. I have a budget for supplies, a budget for any software that I need for my accounting, because right now I use it for, QuickBooks. I use QuickBooks. But so yeah, I keep track of all my expenses. I keep track of trends of what's been selling in the last 3 months for me. For me, in the last 3 months, I've sold a lot of windbreakers, vintage men's windbreakers, and they've generated me an average profit of about, I want to say it was about $25 to $30, which is pretty decent. So that's kind of my go-to thing is the windbreakers right now, because I haven't failed yet with those windbreakers, so I still get them. Sneakers. How did I say that? I'm always messing up my words, but sneakers are still one of my go-to items, my cash cow. So understanding what your cash cow is for your business, but also being diverse. So which is why not only am I doing sneakers, I do men's clothing as well. I love to find Texas Instrument calculators, and man, those are quick flips. But yeah, back to what I was talking about, the strategy. So yeah, I got my budget. I keep track of all my expenses. I keep track of all of my different ratios, my financial terms that I need to determine how well my company is doing right now. One tool that I love to use is understanding the sell-through rate of items, the selling price of items currently, not how they did 3 months ago. I want to know how they're doing right now, in the last week, in the last month, maybe 2 months. I want to see like the trend. Has it been going up or has it been going down? Has it been slowing up? Has it been like selling quicker now? Like, I want to see stuff like that, and it's definitely helped me because now my business is moving steady where my cash flow is getting 10 times better, where I'm seeing sales every day versus here and there. Consistency is key, but everybody goes through those slow moments, but don't let that get you down because every business goes through that. But what are you going to do to get back up in the meantime? But I love that I transitioned this from being a hobby to a business, and I'm definitely loving every bit of it. And I love the resale community that's on Instagram because they give so much good insight that I wouldn't even think of, that I wouldn't even known about. So I love how you guys post your hauls or what you found or comps on stuff and what to look at, bolos, and that's all great, man. So that's a little bit about me and how I got started into selling on eBay and Poshmark. But if you guys have any questions for me, you can email me or you can send comments below and I'll go through and answer questions down there. But I thank you guys for sitting in on my video. I hope everybody has a blessed and productive week, and spread the love.